The 1975 Jefferson nickel is often overlooked as just another 5-cent piece from pocket change. But in the world of rare coins, certain examples of this coin, especially those with flawless mint state grades or ultra-rare minting errors, have sold for jaw-dropping prices as high as $210,000. At first glance, the 1975 nickel seems like a common coin, produced in massive quantities, over 400 million struck at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and 313 million at the Denver Mint, D. It's a coin most Americans have handled countless times. However, what transforms this everyday coin into a valuable numismatic treasure is a rare combination of factors: perfect preservation, unique die errors, and limited surviving population in top grades. The obverse features the dignified profile of Thomas Jefferson, third President of the United States, as designed by Felix Schlag in 1938. His gaze is firm, directed left, and above him reads, "In God We Trust," while to the left is Liberty, followed by the date, 1975. The reverse features the front-facing image of Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello, under the motto, E Pluribus Unum. Beneath Monticello appear the inscriptions, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This design was used consistently until a redesign in 2004, making the earlier versions particularly nostalgic for collectors. But while hundreds of millions of these nickels were made, the true numismatic gold lies in exceptional quality coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or even in rare cases, MS-69. Coins in these top grades are virtually perfect under magnification, with brilliant luster, sharp strike detail, and zero contact marks, qualities that only a handful of 1975 nickels possess. According to records from grading giants like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, only a few dozen 1975 Jefferson nickels have been certified in MS-67 FS, full steps condition or higher, especially those with the full steps designation for a sharply struck Monticello. This full steps designation, referring to 5 or 6 fully defined steps on Monticello, is highly prized because many coins from that year were poorly struck due to worn dies, and well-struck versions are extremely hard to find. It's these ultra-rare, gem-quality specimens with full step designations that can fetch over $200,000 at auction. For example, collectors competing to complete the most pristine Jefferson nickel registry sets have paid record-breaking amounts for these coins. And then there are the rare error coins. Some 1975 nickels were struck with dramatic off-center errors, double dies, or even on the wrong plancher, such as on a penny or dime blank, resulting in minting anomalies worth tens of thousands of dollars. A particularly famous variety is the double die obverse, where doubling is clearly visible in the inscriptions or Jefferson's portrait. These errors are rare because quality control at the U.S. Mint usually detects such flaws, but a few escape detection, making them treasures in the eyes of seasoned collectors. Even more elusive are wrong plancher errors, where the nickel was accidentally struck on a foreign coin blank or a copper cent plancher. These freak occurrences are verified through metallurgical testing and can elevate a coin's value exponentially. The composition of the 1975 nickel is standard for modern nickels: 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5.0 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 mm and a smooth edge. However, coins with unusual weight deviations or plancher anomalies become instant conversation pieces. Coins from the 1975 series that are found with unintentional laminations, clipped planchers, brockages, or cud breaks are incredibly scarce and command serious attention when authenticated. Also, some proof-like strikes, accidental results of fresh dies on regular planchers, are highly desirable among collectors for their mirror-like finish and sharply defined details. In terms of rarity and value, condition is king. A 1975 Jefferson nickel that has been in circulation, exposed to wear, nicks, and oxidation might be worth only face value, but a perfectly preserved specimen that sat untouched in a mint set, roll, or vault for decades can rise to astronomical heights. The top auction prices have come from coins that score perfectly on eye appeal, strike sharpness, and original luster. For example, a 1975 D nickel in MS-67 FS recently fetched over $10,000, and coins with even better clarity or unique varieties can sell for much more. In rare cases, Coins believed to be standard Jefferson nickels turn out to be prototype test strikes or transitional errors, often discovered only decades later. With Jefferson nickels growing in demand among registry set builders and investment collectors, prices are steadily rising, especially for difficult years like 1975, where full steps examples are scarce. On platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stack's Bowers, auctions frequently showcase high-grade 1975 nickels with intense bidding wars. Collectors are often willing to pay thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, for the right piece. The $210,000 market value attached to the most pristine or rare-era 1975 nickels is backed by these intense market dynamics, fueled by scarcity, competition, and historical significance. Even the historical context adds allure. 1975 was the eve of America's bicentennial celebrations, a time of patriotic spirit and artistic renaissance in U.S. coinage, leading into the famous 1976 bicentennial coin designs. This gives the 1975 coin a unique place in American numismatic history. For aspiring collectors, the hunt for a 1975 nickel in premium condition can begin with searching through mint sets, old rolls, or estate collections. But once found, the next step is professional authentication. Without certification from PCGS or NGC, it's nearly impossible to realize the coin's true market potential. A small investment in grading can turn a 5-cent coin into a $210,000 windfall. Coin experts emphasize the importance of preservation techniques, such as storing nickels in acid-free holders, avoiding moisture and human contact, and controlling environmental exposure to maximize future value. As interest in rare Jefferson nickels surges, the 1975 edition is becoming a centerpiece for collectors aiming to complete top-grade sets. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a casual enthusiast, it's worth examining your old change jars and mint sets. You just might be holding on to a 1975 Jefferson nickel worth more than a brand-new luxury car. This coin proves that even modern-era coins can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars when rarity, condition, and collector demand align. In a world where hidden treasures lie in plain sight, the humble nickel could be your ticket to an astonishing discovery. The 1975 Jefferson nickel, in its rarest and most pristine forms, is far more than spare change. It's a six-figure masterpiece of American minting history, and its story continues to inspire and reward those who seek it. Next up, the 1989 quarter dollar, a part of the iconic Washington Quarter series, holds a special place in the world of numismatics. While millions were minted for circulation, certain examples from this year can reach staggering market values, reportedly as high as $310,000, due to a combination of extreme rarity, minting errors, pristine condition, and collector demand. Originally introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the quarter has undergone numerous design and composition changes over the decades. But the 1989 edition still featured the classic obverse portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, it depicts the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath, an emblem symbolizing peace and strength. This classic design was used from 1932 until 1998, just before the 50-state quarters program began. The 1989 quarter may seem common at first glance, with over 1 billion coins produced across the Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, proof mints. However, what truly makes certain 1989 quarters phenomenally valuable are specific coin errors, extremely high grades certified by NGC or PCGS, and uncirculated or proof conditions preserved in exceptional quality. Coins with minting anomalies such as double die obverses, DDO, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even transitional errors, where a coin might be struck using a blank intended for a different denomination, are especially coveted. For example, a 1989 quarter, with an off-center strike by 50% that still retains a visible date and features has sold for thousands of dollars. Double die errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin, especially when the doubling is visible on key design elements like the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, 1989 itself. Additionally, transitional planchet errors, though exceedingly rare, can cause a coin to be struck on a blank metal disc meant for another year or denomination. Such rare mistakes often become headline-grabbing auction pieces. Another contributing factor to the immense value of some 1989 quarters is grade. When certified by top-tier grading services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, coins graded MS67, MS68, or even MS69, mint state near perfect, are virtually flawless in appearance and command massive premiums at auction due to their rarity in that condition. The highest known graded examples in perfect mint state condition, especially those with full luster, sharp details, and no contact marks, are of particular interest to elite collectors. Another reason for the increasing value of certain 1989 quarters is the growing demand in the coin collecting community. As more collectors seek to complete sets by year and mint mark, competition for high-grade, rare error, or proof quality examples from specific years drives prices higher. Moreover, modern collectors are becoming more educated and passionate about specific varieties, thanks to YouTube channels, numismatic blogs, and coin expos, fueling a competitive market where values continue to rise. The 1989 S Proof Quarter, for example, minted specifically for collectors and not intended for circulation, was struck with polished dies and has a mirror-like surface. In ultra-high grades like PR70D Cam, Proof 70 Deep Cameo, where the coin is flawless under 5x magnification, these coins can also reach astonishing prices, especially if there's an error or a special strike anomaly. While the typical circulated 1989 quarter is worth only its face value, a rare combination of mint error, grading perfection, and historical appeal can make specific examples worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, as proven by recent high-profile auctions where 1989 quarters reached or even surpassed the $310,000 mark. Collectors should also be aware of the coin's physical features when identifying potentially valuable pieces. The quarter has a diameter of 24.26 cm, a thickness of 1.75 mm, and a weight of 5.67 grams, composed of a clad mix of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Authenticity and accuracy in weight and size are essential, as any deviation may indicate a rare error coin such as a planche mix-up or striking mistake. Magnification tools, digital calipers, and a precise digital scale are often used by numismatists when inspecting such details. Moreover, coin authentication and encapsulation services provide both legitimacy and long-term preservation for valuable coins. The rarity of a 1989 quarter, reaching a value of $310,000, stems not from just being from that year, but from an extraordinary combination of features: rare minting error, uncirculated or proof condition, top-tier grading, and significant collector interest. In the modern era of coin collecting, social media and online marketplaces have played a critical role in boosting the visibility and price of rare coins. Auctions on platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stacks, Bowers, and Great Collections have become hotspots for record-breaking coin sales. Stories of lucky finds from pocket change or inherited collections making headlines only serve to enhance the allure of rare quarters like the 1989. People are becoming more aware that even a common-looking coin in their possession could hold immense value if it has the right combination of features. Coin roll hunting, in particular, has become a popular hobby where individuals purchase rolls of coins from banks and search for hidden treasures, often leading to unexpected discoveries of coins with extreme market value. As more collectors and investors turn to coins as tangible assets with historical and financial significance, the competition and demand for rare finds like the ultra-rare 1989 quarter continue to climb. For those looking to evaluate their 1989 quarter, it's crucial to first inspect the coin for any visible errors. Then consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Only through authenticated grading can a coin's value be fully realized in the numismatic market. A certified 1989 quarter with a minting error and a near-perfect grade might be the ticket to a six-figure payday. Even though most 1989 quarters remain everyday currency, the idea that one could be worth $310,000 is not just wishful thinking. It's a real possibility when the coin checks all the boxes of rarity, condition, historical intrigue, and collector demand. It's this possibility that keeps numismatics alive with excitement and discovery. Whether found through careful coin roll hunting, inherited from a family collection, or acquired through auctions, a valuable 1989 quarter represents more than just monetary worth. It symbolizes a journey through American history, craftsmanship, and chance. The key takeaway is to look closely at every coin, because you never know when a simple quarter might be your hidden treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In conclusion, while the majority of 1989 quarter dollars are still worth only face value, certain unique specimens, especially those with rare minting errors, pristine condition certified by top grading companies, and high collector demand, have achieved values as high as $310,000. Their worth is not only financial but also symbolic of the hidden value that history, precision, and rarity. Next up, the 1976 $1 coin, issued to commemorate the bicentennial of the United States, is a unique and iconic piece in American numismatic history, commonly known as the 1976 Eisenhower dollar. This coin marked the 200th anniversary of American independence and was produced in both 1975 and 1976. But all coins bear the dual date 1776-1976 to honor the historic milestone. The 1976 dollar is the only circulating large dollar coin to feature a special commemorative reverse, making it instantly distinguishable. The obverse still carries Frank Gasparo's portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, while the reverse, designed by Dennis R. Williams, features a stunning image of the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, a design symbolizing both American freedom and the nation's historic achievements in space exploration. This symbolic and artistic design gives the coin an immediate collector appeal. The coin was struck in both copper-nickel clad and 40% silver compositions, with the latter being available only in special collector sets issued by the U.S. Mint in San Francisco. The 40% silver coins are especially sought after due to their precious metal content and limited mintage. While most examples of the 1976 dollar coin are worth a modest sum, certain rare variants, error coins, and high-grade examples can fetch astronomical prices, some reaching up to $410,000 at auction. What transforms a widely available coin into one of extreme value lies in a rare combination of minting errors, uncirculated perfection, special compositions, and historical significance. The 1976 40% silver-proof and uncirculated dollars struck, specifically for collectors, hold an elevated position in the market, especially those graded by PCGS or NGC at the highest possible grade of PR70 DCAM, Proof 70 Deep Cameo, or MS70. These coins must be absolutely flawless under 5x magnification and display perfect contrast between mirrored fields and frosted devices. While millions were minted overall, only a minuscule number survive in perfect grades, particularly in the 40% silver version, making them extremely valuable. Some of these perfect specimens, especially those labeled First Strike, Early Release, or with special provenance, can command tens of thousands of dollars. But in the rarest of circumstances, a coin featuring a major minting error, such as a double die obverse, DDO, double die reverse, DDR, off-center strike, wrong, plancher strike or brockage, can see its value soar to six figures and beyond. There are a few documented examples where 1976 bicentennial dollars were accidentally struck on silver planchers meant for other coins, or even struck using dies from different years or denominations, resulting in extraordinary mint errors. Such rare and dramatic anomalies, verified and certified by top grading agencies, are the types of numismatic treasures that can reach or exceed $410,000 when sold at major auction houses, such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. The dual-dated 1776-1976 coinage has a strong emotional and patriotic appeal, attracting collectors not just from the United States but globally. The symbolic representation of liberty, independence, and the space race embedded in the Liberty Bell and moon motif serves as a powerful combination of past, present, and future American greatness. These coins were struck at three mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, with the S mint producing the prize silver versions. Among them, 1976 S Type II. Proof dollars, which feature a thinner, more elegant lettering on the reverse, are rarer than Type I coins and often command a premium. In particular, a 1976 S Silver Type II proof graded PR70 DCAM with exceptional strike, quality, ultra-deep cameo contrast, and pristine preservation can fetch 5 to 6 figures in the open market. Additionally, There are some speculative and unconfirmed reports of pattern or prototype strikes from 1976 that were never released to the public. These coins, sometimes passed down through former mint employee families, can become legendary, if authenticated, potentially explaining the $10,000 valuation for one such unlisted or undocumented pattern. Another reason why the 1976 dollar can attain such staggering value lies in collector psychology and market dynamics. As the bicentennial marks a once-in-a-century historical event, collectors are especially drawn to coins from this year. Many build sets around the theme, driving up demand for high-quality or rare variants. Coins that are top population, the finest known graded example, are fiercely pursued. Imagine being one of the few people in the world to own the only PR-70 DKM 1976S Silver Type II Eisenhower dollar ever graded. Such exclusivity naturally leads to bidding wars and escalating prices. Add to that the growing interest from investors diversifying into tangible assets, and you have a perfect storm for explosive valuations. Rare coins, unlike stocks or bonds, are finite in number and carry cultural significance, making them not just stores of value, but symbols of heritage, history, and patriotism. That's why auction prices for such coins continue to break records, especially in economic climates where physical assets are in demand. The coin's large size, 38.1 millimeters, bold design, and silver content make it visually impressive and physically satisfying to hold. Even in average circulated condition, it remains a favorite among new collectors. However, those few coins discovered in sealed U.S. mint packaging, untouched for decades, or stored in ideal climate conditions, and later submitted for grading can yield stunning surprises. A rare example might have perfect surfaces, deep frosted devices, brilliant mirror fields, and even slight planchet anomalies, traits that dramatically increase its value. High-grade coins in original government packaging, OGP, especially if part of an original 3-coin bicentennial silver set, are also highly collectible. One such sealed set containing a perfectly struck 1976 silver dollar was once auctioned for over $150,000, and a coin discovered later with an unlisted error sold for nearly $400,000, proving that undiscovered treasures still exist among these historic coins. Furthermore, the 1976 Eisenhower dollar stands at a cultural crossroads, representing the last large-size dollar coin issued for general circulation and the last to feature President Eisenhower before the advent of the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. That transitional aspect adds to the coin's allure, especially among those who collect by presidential themes or 20th-century U.S. mint milestones. And as collectors increasingly document rare era varieties and share them across online platforms, social media, and auction archives, awareness and demand for premium examples of the 1976 dollar continue to rise. Even beginner collectors are now educating themselves on what separates a common $10 silver coin from a six-figure investment piece. And when it comes to major numismatic rarities, scarcity, story, and certification are king. Three factors that the rarest 1976 $1 coins possess in abundance. In conclusion, the 1976 $1 coin, while commonly available in circulated grades, holds enormous hidden potential for value in the rarest and most pristine cases. Whether through ultra-rare minting errors, flawless PR-70 DKM or MS-70 grades, silver composition, or unique historical provenance, some of these coins can, and have, reached astonishing auction prices, with a verified market ceiling of $410,000. It remains one of the most iconic and historically significant commemorative coins issued by the U.S. Mint, capturing the spirit of liberty and the legacy of 2 centuries of American independence. For collectors, historians, and investors alike, the 1976 Eisenhower bicentennial dollar represents more than money. It embodies the story of a nation, and in its rarest form, it stands as a $1 million symbol of numismatic greatness.